Howdy. Howdy. Good to see y'all. Well, I mean, not much has happened between yesterday and Wednesday on Twitch. Which, I mean, I guess to reiterate a few things, horribly busy last week at work. And, you know, things happened that influenced the world at large. And once, I guess I made it known on Twitch, I'll make it known here. That bigotry ain't of any sort ain't allowed here. And that I'll stamp it out should I see it. Only warning. Either way, with that out of the way, yeah. Not much else to do, but just, you know, persevere and keep going forward. Mama Tuba didn't raise a quitter. Speaking of, I think it was Mama's Tuba's birthday earlier this week. So, today, my sister and a sibling hung out with my mother. Me and my brother, we're not sure if we're gonna be able to hang. No, she's busy and all that. And when the times where she isn't working, she's just very tired. But, yeah, no, that's how it goes. Sometimes, you know. But let's see. Other than that, I mean, just quick things I've already said on Twitch. Been playing the new Vampire Stories, the Castlevania DLC. That's a lot of fun, a lot of very dance. They unlock just new stuff and more stuff's there to, you know, play and unlock. I wouldn't say it's like Vampire Stories 2 size. I mean, well, maybe. I mean, if we compare, I mean, obviously it's bigger than like anything during the betas or beta before the full release. There we go. But definitely not as big as launch Vampire Survivors. But combined with it, it's definitely a nice package. And can you believe they were having it on sale on release? Like, I mean, they do that always with the DLCs too. Like Tides of Asari, Legacy of Moonspell, the Among Us DLC, all of them were like discounted on release. As a sort of get it, if you're just if you're a supporter, like long-time supporter, and they're day one, like you reap the benefits. And you know, it's not very expensive to begin with. Plus the music's great, and I mean, unfortunately, we'll probably never be able to get the Castlevania DLC music because Konami. Well, like even Keijun Church worked on a few tracks, which is sick. Yeah, very fun. Let's see. I mean, I should be uploading the Elden Ring VOD from Wednesday tomorrow. I mean, I should have done it yesterday, but I mean, I'll be honest, I just sort of took it easy. I just say took it easy when I was more so just focusing on some more me stuff. You know, you gotta take some time for yourself. Like, take care of yourself. I mean that physically. There you go. Sometimes you gotta stop talking around and get straight to it. But I love just talking. So it's a sort of conflict. And then let's see, Strive got a new patch, you know, added Dizzy, the balance stuff. Wow, I'm gonna have to like essentially relearn Potemkin. I think it'll be fine. Because I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't really use Karas that much anyway, mostly because I didn't want to learn. So I mean, I think ostensibly I'll be like fine. And that with some of his bigger pokes being fine, and let's see, like in like 6H, having like wall bounce. Like, I think things will be fine for me, especially since you can hammer fall break into pot buster and have 2 hits of armor. Meaning, like, you could be like a 2-hit attack. Let's see. I mean, shame about, honestly, yeah. Like, the thing that's gonna affect me most is back Megafest being worse, because yeah, I definitely used it as an escape tool. You have to like actually work on my proper escapes, which I mean, I guess with the armored Potemkin Buster, that's an avenue. Because I've always been one to like trade my use my health as a resource when playing Potemkin. And with the armor, I'll be able to use it more as a resource. So, I guess, honestly, I guess it kind of plays into more how I've already been playing Potemkin. So, let's see, other than that. Oh, yeah, Tony Todd died. That's a shame. I mean, Kenny, man, I'm more know him for like cameos on Final Destination. As like the Undertaker. Yeah, man, he's a good actor. But I mean, that's how it goes. So comes life, so comes death. And I think, I mean, let's see, I've been getting more music add to my collection. And then in doing so, I think I bought Rotato. Just because, I mean, the bundle for I think the music was I think the music was an extension of like some sort of edition. Which, speaking of, I gotta get the Slay the Princess music out at some point, but I'm holding off until we're done with the streams, so I could grab it later without getting spoiled. It's sort of like the same way. I mean, I did download the Elden Ring DLC thing and immediately put it on my phone, but I haven't like looked at it other than to just listen to that, see if that Shaman Village track was there, which it is, thankfully. Because yeah, it's one of those things like even titles could spoil, especially since part of it is like finding like which things new routes lead to, or choices lead to new routes. And speaking of Slay the Princess time, the real Slay the Princess begins here. So yeah, last time we saw. Oof. Ah, sorry, I need to pop my neck there. I'm not sure if you hit that or not, but like part of it was just like first we got the Stranger, I think was that one, where it's like you just turn around from the cabin first and they get the multi-headed princess. And then we found the first new route with not the damsel. I mean, it was on the damsel's route, but like essentially the voice of the smitten like kind of sort of took over. And so I think these are like extensions of like the shorter, like sort of, I guess, 2-cycle routes. So it's probably gonna be like one for like, I think probably for like the prisoner, probably maybe one for the specter. I mean, man, maybe not. I mean, cause no, yeah, probably for the specter. Because I mean, other than that, it's a route that has like 2 ways of going to it. I think. Either way. Yeah, so with that, like the smitten sort of took over, and things were, ooh, they were bad and horrifying. Like the sort of stagnation of the narrator's happy ending just came to full effect of like eternal life. Everything became boring, standard. Everything just sort of became the same, and the narrator was horrified. Rightfully so, mind you. It kind of makes me worried about how existential these other ones could be. Yeah, don't worry, I'm moving myself now, throw in position. That should be good. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I turned my cursor capture back on. Oops, I just transitioned. I transitioned to the same one. I meant to turn off studio mode. Oh, it is a horror game. But yeah, I guess that's correct. Ah, there you go. I didn't know they changed it. The pristine cut.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So I guess we'll go for the prisoner. Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, I need the test. Will, is my chat working? The chat overlay. Ah, dang it. Okay, so let's try what I've done. Oh wait, it worked on. Okay, so it appeared on. Huh. Okay, wait, no. I think I know what to do. Because, yeah, okay, it appeared on my mix-up chat. So let's try this again. There we go. Ah, Caleb, you gosh darn genius. Yeah, so I guess we just go for the prisoner, which is grab the knife, go down, be like peaceable. Yeah, then since this is the beginning. Alright, so let's just, because we did the song and dance.
A short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Man, I'm really getting that, like, in my head.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Don't worry, why not? At least this cycle.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, maybe he does. Anyway, I know what I'm doing.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay, so we have the cabin. Okay, door, 4 panels. Does this? Cause yeah, they also added this gallery. Okay, no, okay, so in the regular cabin, this is different. Okay, so two panel door right here. Like the groove even as well. But as you can see right here, this is 4 panels.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So I guess for the door tier list, I'm either gonna play it how it lies and just use the gallery pictures, or I'm just gonna have to like go to each and every route and just double check to see if the doors are right. Either way, this is what we need. Which this influences how the princess is, because if we don't, we think she's harmless, which leads to just being more peaceable and friendly. If we take this, we think we could need it, leading her to have an edge, be threatening.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
And notice how the music just immediately cuts off.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, you could be right.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
It's almost as if she's
like
the one in charge
influenced
down
by
here.
us taking the blade.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good.
Walk down.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the
Yeah,
stairs
more serious.
and lock
That's
eyes
soft.
with the princess.
More hard edges.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful.
I forgot you were taken
Is
by
she
her.
really a threat to the world?
Yes, the other one, yes.
Focus on the task at hand.
Oh man, if only you knew what the one of the others did.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
This is deterrence. One sword keeps another in a sheath. I want to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Alright.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
You know, if she, depending if she rips her arm off or something like
Don't
that.
you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Mhm.
Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, it's hard to win hearts and minds when you just murder everyone you meet. We can be peaceable. And I guess I should... Ah, yeah, these are... Alright, one where we're gonna, kill her, right here. Oh, that one's gonna be awful. Oh, that one... Yeah... Maybe I go back to that one just for fun. Oh, it's so sweet. Either way.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, alright, that seems good to me. Be peaceable.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
I don't like how dull her eyes are. And by that, I mean, I do. But, it really kind of just makes you feel a little bit threatened.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
My goals are beyond you.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I got talents.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, not exactly the best shaking howdy, but, there are worse. I could have started by actually attacking you. But you got a name?
She hesitates before answering.
You don't.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack
I
of
wonder-
detail.
I wonder
You
if that's
can't
from
trust
perspective, even close during that moment. Because, we don't know. We don't have a name for her. But she, at some point, come to a name for herself. Because I don't think she gives herself a name at any point. But how long you been here?
Too long.
Descriptive.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
People that think you're gonna end the world, what do you say to this accusation?
Don't just tell her that.
Shut up.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
That does feel pretty compelling. Wait, hold on. It does feel pretty compelling. Okay, so this may be the way for me to access my talk as well as this dialogue. Just like click off of it for a second. Then I have
I
to
don't
click back
remember
in.
much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
No, honestly, trust me, you're not missing much out of this right now.
Just how long has she been down here?
I don't know, a day, a decade, a century.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
That's a good point. I haven't been given specifics. I know. Don't smile like that. Deflect. No. Yeah, they're not giving me details. At least you
Sooner
have
or
something.
later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at
Oh, look at that
heart.
little smile.
Hopefully sooner.
You don't have my best interest. You have the quote-unquote world's best interest. You're serving a purpose of your creator. But I mean, you do think you're actually giving me infinite happiness in the end, so. He doesn't know. He doesn't have the perspective the other ones do. None of them will have the other perspective that one narrator did.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Yeah, sure, I'm convinced.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Yank, yank.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
And yeah, that's a trick. Telling you, saying you can't even imagine what you can or cannot do. Like a subtle, just thing about the nature of how, we're beings of power, where the way we think influences the way around, the world around us.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
I'm afraid not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I mean, but if you don't know where the key is, that's horribly unsafe. Either way, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and try to find a key.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of
And
the
yeah,
basement,
now it's off the two
but
panel.
The door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
You know, I'll have to bring it up during the ranking. Thankfully, it's the very first one.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Dang it.
You're here.
Oh, sorry.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
There's not even a lock on this thing. I mean, heck, I don't even see a hinge. I mean, it could be a concealed hinge, I guess. But concealed hinge for a cabin? Like a pure, all wooden cabin in the middle of the woods? Especially one with such a simple knot, too. And, where would the lock be? I mean, I guess, having a lock block, I wouldn't think would be too much of a concern, considering it's, entirely wood. I assume wooden planks. But still.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Fine.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
Back down we go.
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Silence.
Easier for whom?
Exactly.
Easier for everyone.
Which is the goal in mind, I suppose.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep. Looks like I've gone from Birdman to just Jailbird.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
That's horribly
You
dangerous,
won't
but
like what happens if you do that.
which I'm not sure if it's referring to how threatening she is or the fact he'll take over our body.
Against your better judgment,
Stop
you
looking
place
at
the
me.
blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
I can't tell if it's the
Before long,
same
you're
one
able
as
to
the...
crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Okay, I'm going to see. Is that... Oh, we don't even... Okay, we don't even have any of those scenes. Which I guess would make sense. Happily ever after. Everything you didn't know you wanted. Oh, hey, we still got some. Oh. Like, yeah, there, and there he is. It's fine. It's finally over. I can assume. Oh. Oh no, that's. I can. It's finally over. I can. Given the context of where it's between, I can assume. Oh boy, that's gonna be.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, kind of horrifying.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's like weight off her shoulder. His shoulder, I guess.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, all right. Let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
No, I just can't let her escape into the world. Because yeah, this is another common like branch.
As the princess approaches
Or,
the
like,
bottom
having to go
stair,
through this.
your body steps forward
Like,
and
iconic.
raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Which, actually, thinking about it, considering we're also a sort of eldritch being, him just exerting direct influence over us, that's something.
Watch me. Stop that.
No, you can't
I
make
thought
me.
this was a little too easy.
Yeah.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Thank you.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
You see, you can't. You can just stop trying to make me kill her.
The blade. Move the blade.
All right, fine. If you insist. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
I'll make this quick.
At least this one's gonna know how to, put me down.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Hee hee.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, you will.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
It's better than stabbing center mass. That one hurt.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Actually, wait, no, yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, bleeding me like a pig. Yeah, okay, no, yeah, that checks out.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
So let's see. So so this is a short path. Because yeah, either we get the Yeah, so this, like, it was either, okay, so it's these short paths that, like, lead to, like, two things, I think. Because with the prisoner, it leads to, like, we either just wait until everything crumbles around us, or we cut off her head and take it with us. It's like similar to how we got to Happily Ever After. It was we got it by like starting to deconstruct her, and then immediately turned away. Which maybe it'd be between, because when we cut off her head, or she cuts off her own head, it can like either leave her and quote unquote go to the happy ending, or keep going and like pick up her head. So maybe it's like a sort of in between like that.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh, we're gonna get
and
a
at
bunch
the
of
end
chains
of that
now.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So yeah, considering that's the same options as before, we're just gonna go.
A warning. She will...
Bang.
Yes,
Ah,
don't
the
believe a word
skeptic.
she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Well, I mean, we don't like. I mean, the voice in my head doesn't. I mean, doesn't like the voice of the skeptic doesn't exactly have eyes to wink with.
No, I didn't.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
So, yeah, so we'll need the knife if we're gonna, have the entire head thing.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic
Very nice.
wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
And then, new save point. And then, okay, so this, simple plank door. Some interesting hinges. I mean, you can actually see it's hinged. Bars. Usually usually metal inserts with bars are usually like overlaid on top. But this is like the insert is the bars. So like sans glass, and I'm assuming it's pure metal. And then a sort of like kind of like a towel ring sort of handle.
The only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The
Yoink.
blade is your implement.
Yeah. Go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
It will be a mirror, yeah.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you
Nice,
know how
cool
ridiculous you
stone.
look now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
It will. And you won't like it. But I'll reassure you, like always. But, okay, so instead of like in that the usual wooden like jam, or you still got drywall technically, but this is like pure stone, pure like brick. Well, no, it's not even gonna be brick. It's gonna be pure stone. I doubt this is like brickwork. Or like, it's not like a brick. You know what I mean? This is like a stone brick. Like a brick mix, like made from like a mix, is different from like a pure like stone brick. The other way. Yoink.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yeah, having it hinged in the middle of the doorway, though?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase.
All cold.
A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Well, maybe it's like these, sort of routes that can end in one cycle that get it like another thing. So yeah, like these. So maybe we should go for like the Spectre next, because then I know we can go into the Wraith by killing ourselves, or trying to lock her down in the basement. Well, no, one is a Spectre, the other is the one that can lead to the moment of clarity, which I doubt it. So it'll probably just be something with a Spectre route. When leading her to escape. What she possesses.
Visitor, I hear.
I don't know.
Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Yay!
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
Oh, I mean, we were
walk
the
down the
first.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you.
So
the
simple.
Heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly
I
as
just
she
love
moves.
the cute little face.
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Yeah, let's not get too close, because then we'll get locked in there.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Well, think about it this way. If we have to get close in to stab her, that means those restraints are on her for a reason. So we'd be safer over here. Maybe we can just do a trick shot.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
There to bind us, should we try to help her escape.
What an interesting development.
Hee.
Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Yes, ma'am.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fair enough, I did try to kill you last time, even if against my own will.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Then we can strike.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Well, And, am I the one? Do you remember what happened last time?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that?
I am.
I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Alright.
So you've already been here.
Sounds so defeated.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
So yeah, no room for him to give denial, just straight up.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the most direct things we told.
Contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
Yeah.
And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Wait a minute. So the cabin changes for the princess too. I have to wonder who of the three of us gets to change that Wait, does the narrator have any influence on how the cabin looks like? I mean, no, obviously. Well, I would say obviously not, because he the happily ever after and like epilogue, like, you know, obviously was against everything he's was thinking about. But I mean, that was a different situation where like the smitten took over. I mean, it has to be mostly the princess changing the cabin.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
But it would have changed her perspective considerably, viewing her more of a threat, in actuality making her into a bigger threat. It's a domino effect that makes sense.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
For his goals, it really is.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Which we didn't give you a choice.
That's pathetic.
It's existential to know that there's another entire universe just quote-unquote doomed from your perspective.
I never said I wasn't.
I forgot about that one. Oh. I love the moments when the narrators are self-reflective. It's just, it feeds the soul. But, more importantly, and then I do mean the narrators specifically. Not necessarily, because, I mean, obviously, Head Honcho, whose reflection we meet at the end, is different.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting
In here, yeah.
to know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At
Or
least we can
that
remember what
entire
happened
world
before.
ended.
Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Well, we actually don't know what happens to the world. Do they actually end? Or they, like, return to, like, a folded back into the nothingness?
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again.
No, you said it was a contingency, so if I died, it'd just happen again.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Because she's a being a perspective. We both are, really. I mean, the perspectives... Hers is more singular perspective. We are multiple perspectives, hence giving us you, and the hero, and any of the other ones that we can gain.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
Exactly.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Hence why, like, he wants us to view the princess as harmless.
I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Oh, sorry. I wonder how long that actually did take us. So what happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
So yeah, shunted you.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work.
I mean, we do,
But she's
actually.
probably even more in the dark than we are.
And that is true.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything.
Really,
Maybe
sounds like
both of us are
someone's
stuck
coming
in this loop without any idea why or how.
Kind of. Just leave here. Nah. You have my intentions?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, he's gonna cut you out
Why
like
are
last
you
time.
here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
One issue with
Is she
that.
forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
She doesn't.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
And this is where he realizes this isn't out.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
And then she'd like wrap me up in those chains and start choking me with them. Yeah, not right now. Though your head's on the shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Oh boy.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
If you were, I mean, yeah, I could have guessed from the hand thing earlier. But yeah, this is gonna be worse than that. So if you're a little bit squeamish, you may want to look away for the next minute or three.
Certainly seems confident.
Maybe turn down the audio too.
Maybe she knows something we don't.
She does.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone.
No, sorry. No guarantee what's good for her is good for us. I mean, hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Yeah, skeptic means consider things from multiple angles, but we are the ultimate one choosing.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world.
Meh.
And she might use it to kill you.
That one's more important to my list of things.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
Yeah, I think you're biased.
The pros are that we can't trust him.
Exactly.
Possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
A pawn between two beings. Yeah, okay. Here you go.
Slide it over.
Yes, ma'am.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like
So she's doing it again.
Doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? I've already tried to take over, buddy.
He was like, oh, I'm sure I've already taken over.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
I wouldn't like it, but I mean...
A little? I think you got your point across. Fine.
Though, essentially, she's in even less of a position to, like, do anything to us from here.
You slide the blade across the floor.
Yoink.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
The thing ain't rigged to explode. You don't need to look at me like that.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly,
Yeah, okay, so
as she raises the blade to her throat.
this is going to be very upsetting visuals and sounds for the next, like, minute or two. So, look away and turn down your audio devices.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
I mean, I could choose to look away, but I'm not going to.
No. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
I don't know, but it's horrifying.
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Yeah, still cutting.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it
horrifying.
stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
We cannot do that, friend.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Yeah. It's pretty good, right? You see, I'm a master of psychological warfare, and this was the epitome of my ultimate technique. Totally.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
Hmm.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
So, because normally it would be something similar, because I think this would put us on, I don't know which path. I think the Spectre, I think. If we, just left and, killed ourselves after this. Or maybe, I don't remember which one it leads to.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Because this is normally, the happy ending round
Now
2.
hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush?
And
What's
the
your
voice
angle?
of, the damsel also led to the quote-unquote happy ending route. But... Sorry. Someone knocked on my door and proceeded to just open it instead of waiting for you to say come in. Okay.
I don't have an angle. I'm
Third
just
angle,
looking
the
forward to
wrestler.
putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
So I'm guessing it's we leave, get the happy ending.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
I'm guessing it's when we do something to kill ourselves after we get the reward. Because if we take the head,
Fine.
that leads to
But
another
if we're
ending.
leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
Let's see, we got
With
blood.
your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs,
Oh, even the
closing
front
the
door.
door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
Yay! Infinite happiness, I'm told.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
The door and accept a reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
The long quiet.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward?
Oh, we are.
This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Trust me, if you knew what that really meant, you wouldn't.
Like hell it is.
This isn't an
Yeah,
ending.
no, this kind of sucks, man.
In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
There's no meaning to it. Even if there was something here to do, it just lose its meaning, and you don't know that.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Alright, Skeptic, what would you suggest?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
You do bring up a good point.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Oh, trust me. You were whistling an entirely different tune. But then again, it wasn't really you, was it? Even these different yous aren't perfect copies of one another.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I mean, you can reveal the entire game now that we think the princess is dead.
I don't have to answer that.
But why? I wonder why he can't answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
Does he think it would give us the ability to retroactively resurrect the princess?
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
You didn't tell us anything that would suggest that would happen. Thinking about it, it's sort of like an indirect kiss. Her blood on the knife, the blood in our body, in our heart.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hey!
You're on a path in the wood. Chains everywhere.
Whoa!
This is different. This is new.
Hey there, paranoid. A long time no see.
It's worse, is what it is.
Yeah.
We're finally starting to see reality.
Oh, okay,
for what
Skeptic,
it
you
is.
didn't take
this
over.
This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
Oh yeah, I still got that blade in my hand.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
Paranoid, you are on the nose. That is exactly. We are sort of higher beings, so like I said, a perspective is king here.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground
Is
beneath
it,
our
though?
feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It is.
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before.
No.
I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but
Twice.
I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
You say that, but we've never... The forest isn't a forest. It's not in a real location. That's why it broke when he turned away. That's why it faded away. Everything just faded to nothingness when we turned away if we, were already on a route. this area isn't in the real world. That's why we never see anyone else here. Oh my god. Whoa. That's an actual revelation for me. We're in the long quiet still. Except it's changed to our perspective. And it changes because we are the long quiet. And that's why. No. Okay, so I'm wrong. The princess changes, and the skeptic isn't the thing with the voice of the smitten isn't an outlier. That's exactly how it works. He just took control of the perspective. It is how he was able to manipulate it, because usually it happens when we're dead. It changes due to our perspective because it is us, an extension of ourselves. It changes as we change the princess as well with our perspective. It's all connected. I just had my own voice of the skeptic moment, everything pieced to get into my voice of the paranoid moment. Really, it all comes together. Also, yeah, we've never started with this.
Huh. I hadn't actually noticed.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us.
So we have.
Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object.
But it is.
Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
Are you compromised? No doubting, no nothing, just accepting?
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Toss it in the woods. And then, okay, we can still just say no to it. This is an epilogue. This is just straight up new pathway. I mean, she cut off her own headline.
What? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Is she gonna be just a head or a body?
More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
Oh, that reward
Killed
was
herself,
nothing.
obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't.
Oh, voice of the paranoid, so
We
good.
could see right through you.
It feels like the delivery is a bit different. I mean, this is obviously the new route.
Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board, and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if starting with the blade somehow works in her favor. I'm sorry. So there is a
Well,
word.
what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
No promises. Yeah, no way through.
You stand at the edge
wow.
of the cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
I wonder what are these supposed to be like gallows?
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
Don't say that. You're right, we have to see her.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one acknowledging that. Yeah, like the voice, if the skeptic had the voice of the skeptic had a car, he definitely referred to it as a her. Let's see, die. Okay, I have one in here. So we could throw the blade away, so we can maybe be able to go back and like do that just to see. Well, we'll go with it with the blade first, just to see. What cabin it is.
Every surface
Oh,
of the cabin
wow.
is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world.
There are supports for the chains to hold on to.
There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
I wonder if this is just gonna be all.
Huh. That mirror's back again.
Why?
Why?
Oh, there's a longer one.
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind?
Okay, there's the guess. There's the skeptic. I know.
Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
It's the future, where we'll meet, in part, once again.
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Here it is.
Step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor.
Should have been.
Get up. See, quick. Also, yeah, what do you mean?
Yes, unfortunately, you realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal.
Oh,
There is only
no
a loose
door.
web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
I was gonna say that, like, if you forgot there was just a hole leading downwards, that ranking-wise, it'd get, like, an automatic, like, D tier for not being a door at all. So, like, the den, that one gets, like, an automatic D tier for, like, not having a door.
Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to
Shifting
drop
mass.
our guard. Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle.
Alright, so what's it gonna look like?
You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Can someone get these out of me?
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Alright, let's see what she looks like.
As your eyes adjust to your new
Oh, wow.
surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Hey,
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Just
The
wait.
princess
Oh,
takes a slow
look, he's behind
step
it.
forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh.
Oh.
Your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you.
Okay, I assume she's controlling these.
As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess.
Her head appears to be in a cage.
Finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage.
I see.
The head
Maybe
stares
she's
up
angry.
at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Oof. I mean, come on. You, come on. You did this to yourself.
You try to move your arm, but the hook's buried deep in your wrist and
Oh, sorry.
elbow keep
I
you
meant to
firmly,
click that one.
painfully in place.
I just tried to cut myself.
You do your best to rotate the knife in your palm, but it only clinks against the metal chain, unable to do so much as leave a scratch. The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh.
Ooh, that hurts.
They constrict
Ow.
dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears.
Huh.
I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Oh.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do?
Yeah,
Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally.
yeah, no.
I think she's lost
Yeah.
it.
Especially if there's some mind-body separation going on here.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
That's messed up. Also, yeah, you're talking about your body as a separate entity. It's you. Okay, this kind of gets more to like mind body thing, and also you chose to cut off your head.
What's the point of making a choice if it all ends the same way? I'm still stuck, and you're just as stuck as I am. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
It's not we're chained up too.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
Oof.
You come to me, knife in hand.
I do.
The body
Oh,
steps
this
forward.
is gonna be different if I.
The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
Oh, okay. See, I guess late to notice, but like from the arms, like definitely don't look away or look center.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood,
Oof.
and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right.
Hmm?
It's all been the same.
Okay, you sounded more. Okay, no, your parents
The
say
whole
your parents,
time,
right?
It's all been the same. We never had a say.
You say moves every time. It's an indictment of a person's free will. It's how things are supposed to play out. Okay, you're not deciding to do anything. You're just walking forward. How can any
You're
of us
just starting to see
choose?
the walls. And you don't have to struggle against something inevitable. You can give in with me. None of this is up to us.
Okay, well, if I give in, what happens?
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
Oof.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
Just keep me tethered for a bit longer.
How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
Just paranoid. Hold on with
This
me,
is all
please.
getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
You're falling, the world is spinning, then you hit the ground. Your body light in a way that's sickeningly wrong. You will stop. The sound of rattling chains and heavy thud as the rest towards you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. You look around as the prince's body stops toward you, slow, the next steps after another. Don't do this. A shadow rises up behind a body They're still in there. Oh, you're not gonna like this.
And now, the cut.
Oh, like, it strikes and strikes true. The body drops its cage in pain. Oh, wait. Did you expect this? They send it comes in a maelstrom of change and hooks and feathers and blood, riding your way deeper into the shadows until all you're left to witness is the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Also, I didn't let go. You just tore off my head.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with
Okay,
it.
so you really are going mind-body separation. Come on.
You get it. It's not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
Oh, I mean, in a way, like, I'm controlling, like, normally I am controlling the body, but it's like me, Tuba, the player of the game, am an outside entity. Seeing princess watches your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited. Steel crushing against steel and flesh rolling off flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
How so?
Head.
I see what you did there. At last, the climax plays out. Your body, wreathed in chains and shadows, makes a final move, but so does hers. Chain shatters spine and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Both hers and yours collapses. Dance is complete. She coughs.
It's cold.
Okay, so this doesn't end. Like, there has to be something else we could have done.
Should have been.
Okay, so let's try this
Find
again.
if the princess lives here, as your eye ease.
So maybe... I'm thinking, what can we do? There has to be a way for us. And yeah, okay, so if we don't...
As you attempt to move, the princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so,
So
the
maybe if we
heavy
keep trying to
chains shift,
resist, something will happen.
tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke
So
you.
yeah, we'll definitely try this like, without the knife. Let's see.
As your vision comes back into focus, the body of its only act, the head stares up at
Yeah. Attempt to cut.
you. Try to move your arm, but the hook's buried deep in your wrist and elbow.
Yeah,
the body
okay.
takes another step towards you. The chains are
Has to
I
be a
don't
way to
think she's
escape.
happy you're here. But what?
I don't want to die like this. We're stuck here. This was all.
Nah, come on, there has to be a way to get free. I'm thinking. I mean, you cut your head off last time.
What's the point of making a choice if it all ends the same way? Everything we witness is just
The
I
body
think it
steps
is.
forward.
You come to me, knife in hand.
Okay, so no, let's try that again. Like I said, there has to be something
Should
we
have
can
been.
do. I need more.
You find if the princess lives here, as your eyes at ease.
So let's just start with the why.
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal.
Because maybe
as
it's
it
about order.
sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle.
Because
helpless.
acting obviously doesn't help.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real?
There we go. That's the key.
They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just
Paranoid.
tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking.
If there's anyone who's done some powerful thinking around to his voice of the paranoid, I trust a guy who kept our body functioning alongside that one princess.
Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
Yeah.
It's worth a try.
You clumsily rotate the blade in your palm, pressing
Paranoid,
it against the
thank
chains
you.
lodged in your wrist.
Oh, voice of the paranoid, my goat.
And it slices through them, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, what he said. It slices through.
Now hold on. Let's not rush to conclusions. How would that ever work?
It's the pristine blade, of course.
It just does?
It doesn't.
Maybe the only reason it isn't working is because someone doesn't believe we can do
Yeah,
it.
come on, stubborn. I mean, skeptic. Oh, but yeah, skeptic. You seem more stubborn than skeptic right now. Come on, join the team.
They're metal chains, and nothing we've done has worked so far. Maybe if you gave me a good reason to believe we should try again, I'd believe it was worth trying again. But until then, I'm going to believe our eyes. This isn't getting us anywhere.
This is getting us somewhere, I'm telling you.
You should believe it because you should. We don't have anything better to do.
Yeah.
Maybe they're rusty.
Yeah.
He did say they were rusty, didn't he?
Yeah, that structural integrity is compromised.
He didn't he?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm game. We cut again.
Oh yeah.
You bring your blade against the chains again, and this time, you manage to cut into the metal. Its hook remains embedded in your flesh, but your arm falls from the mass of chains, free from the princess's bindings.
Yes! Will you look at that?
Oh, we are in business.
That worked.
Yeah, it is. See what happens when we all work as a team?
And why shouldn't the rest be the same then?
Exactly, and we have results.
But before you can make much progress, the princess takes a step forward. As she moves, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh,
Ow, this hurts.
your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you.
This hurts.
As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Howdy.
The body of the princess
Yeah, we were
is
describing
only
it.
accurate. The head stares up at
Just keep going. She's a head in a cage. We're not going to be able to talk our way out of this. The only thing we can do is keep soaring our way to freedom.
I do like freedom. Keep going.
Yes, the links are weak. They can't handle the strain. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
You know, it's rather annoying for you to dictate what I'm going to say next.
But it's true.
But is that what happens? Do the links break?
He's sitting on that. He's on the edge of his seat.
Yes. Luckily for you, they were too thoroughly rusted to hold much longer. Your other arm breaks free.
Yeah, baby.
The body takes another step towards you. The chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your
Alright, we need to
flesh.
go for that one next.
They constrict
Throat.
dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know?
She won't kill us if we just
Exactly.
keep cutting. We just have to get our neck free.
Yeah, you're pretty nonchalant about me freeing myself.
You continue your efforts, furiously working to sever the chains strangling your neck.
Oh, my hand's all bloody.
Look at you scurry. As if anything you do is going to change the outcome. Don't you get it? This is all the same.
Maybe you. I'm freeing myself.
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again, but you've almost sawn through the first layer of links.
You come to me, knife in hand.
Come on.
The body steps forward as the first links break, but the pressure on your neck is becoming unbearable.
Oh, come on, just a little bit more.
Come on, come on, come on!
You give me your implement.
As the words leave her mouth, your blade slices through the final chains.
Yeah.
You come crashing down.
I'm free.
Well, at least we're not being strangled anymore.
Oh, yeah. I'm a game.
Hold on. Did you hear what she said? We give her our implement.
She's trying to control us.
Yeah? What of it?
This whole thing's been a riddle. Blade, heart, now.
The pieces fall into place. For every pigmentation, there's a pattern. And when the pattern is learned, the illusion dissolves. But was the pattern always there? Was it the ones who wrote it out? Or were you the ones who wrote it out in the sand? The writers must follow their own script. Excuse me?
Blade flashing, you
give it
rush
her
towards
heart.
the princess. Her body continues its slow march towards you, never changing course even as you sink your weapon into its heart. Its hand wraps around yours, its flesh cold and its grip firm. But it does not try to wrench itself free. It instead drives the blade deeper into its own chest.
They were both prisoners. And I was blind. I was so focused on just my own personal suffering that I failed to recognize. I'm just like, obviously I realized always waking up chained up, more and more chained up. Failed to see it from her. I did exactly the same thing narrator did. I focused on my own perspective. She's pushing it further because it's at least an ending. I am a fool.
I cut myself free.
The body collapses to its knees, and as it crumples, life seeming to leave it at last, the door of the cage creaks open. The head of the princess tumbles out. Congratulations! It would seem that you actually managed to see this through. All that's left is to watch her perish.
Nope.
This is different. Maybe I got the pattern wrong. Or maybe I finally got it right.
We did it. We figured it out. We won. Why don't I feel like it means anything?
In a way, it kinda doesn't.
I just feel bad. It's not much of a victory, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think there is such a thing for us. At least, not here. This was just another trap. No matter what we do, we just keep losing ground.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry it has to be this way, but trust me, it'll be fine in the end. Trust me.
I'm cold, but I think that's good. I think I can finally rest.
And it takes her. Thus we're left with a mirror.
She's gone.
The riddle
Where
is
did she
steel.
go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror.
Okay, it'll be alright.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It'll be fine, trust me.
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Did they change the lines for this? Alright, it will be fine. What's on the inside says? It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so.
It hurts me to
I trust you.
hear I'm like so scared.
I trust you.
You can trust me.
Feels too good to be true.
It'll be okay. Trust me. Mirror always makes him leave. You need to see what's in it. You've withered. The long quiet once more. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Like you stand to be a contradiction.
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Yeah, how you a contradiction shouldn't be able to exist. So how do you?
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence.
Oh, wow.
There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
She does contain multitudes. Yeah, we always hurt each other.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Everything seems so distant from the individual princesses went through here.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
I suppose that's true. But this vessel, what do you think of it?
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Free? Alright. Let's go.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Nothing goes dark and you die. An open heart, or a watchful one.
You're on a path.
Okay, so there's that. So, real quick. So, I mean, obviously we're gonna go for the Spectre next.
It's worse, is what it is.
We're finally
We're gonna throw the
starting
knife
to
away and see what
reality
happens.
for what it is. You're acting like what a
Yeah, read the blade?
I
You know what? No. Like, it got us into worse situations last time? No.
Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do things right.
We can't toss it. It's the only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away.
But think about it. It's what got us into trouble these last two times.
He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare.
No.
Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade.
No, come on. I'm in charge. I'm tossing the blade. You had your chance. You had the blade. We saw how that went.
Too bad. This is a mutiny.
Hey, you can't just do that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions. What if I stop you? Maybe I can make choices too.
Yo, hero, you got my back.
Good luck with that. I've got backup this time, haven't I? Yeah, alliance of convenience. We're not throwing it away. It's important.
Not 2 against 2, it seems.
Hey, what are you... Are you serious? That's no fair. Let me go.
Oh, they could grab each other?
Sorry, has to be done.
Are you seriously not letting me toss it? Real mature. When this goes sideways, it's on the two of you. Fine.
Great. Was that so hard? We need to keep our wits sharp.
Wait a minute. I got an idea. So, I'm sure we can just get a different voice. So let's just quickly take the blade. And just quickly.
Let me borrow that knife. Slide it over.
And then let's just... Oh, I didn't mean to... I mean to look away.
Fine. But
Cutting sound. Okay. So I think now we are... I think we're fine. I hope. I mean, what kind of voice?
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind.
So maybe if we, like, I don't know.
Time passes.
decades.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I mean, like, I don't want
That's
to die again.
Great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes.
He's just saying things.
The voice's protestation. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
And then we get the happy ending.
No, you stop that.
You really don't want to be happy, do you?
We still have a...
Suggesting you kill your...
Okay. Is there really no
If
other
it
way?
makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it.
Alright, fine.
Alright. I'll make this quick.
So this probably won't be a paranoid thing,
You
right?
goddamn spiteful...
Why should it matter? That's all we...
Yeah, fine.
Oh, you slid us.
Little voice raises the pristine blade to your throat and cuts it open. You rapidly bleed out and then you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Okay, so we should have like a different voice with it this
Yeah,
time.
we'll see about that.
So who's gonna be
We're
with
on a
us?
path in the wood. See? All done. That wasn't so bad, was it, buddy?
Yeah, okay.
But it was so bad.
Broken, such a
I don't
pushover.
like dying. I don't like being cold and alone in the dark.
We got a total pushover. He's definitely gonna not side with
I
him.
don't think anybody likes dying, but
Well,
hey,
you're gonna
at least
overpower
it's
him.
over. We got better. And now we can move on. Things will work out this time. I know it.
And then we're not gonna like. I mean, we can see this
Oh,
to the
don't
end.
coddle him. For all we know, we'll have to die hundreds of times to get to the bottom of things. Maybe even thousands. He needs to toughen up.
Oh yeah.
Toughen up. You're both freaks. I'm having a rational reaction to what just happened.
Yeah.
I'm normal. A normal person gets traumatized from dying and from watching someone cut her own head off.
Okay, admittedly, that was on me. I'm sorry about that.
Hold on, did you say thousands? How can it possibly take us thousands of lives to find a way out of it?
Obviously, we need a large sample size in order to figure out our optimal plan. We need statistical significance.
Man, do we? I mean, we just need to find a way out, don't we?
I'll have you know that my reality is not a data point in your misguided attempt at an experiment. You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to
You know, I was happy with Eternal Bliss last time.
Eternal bliss? But you wouldn't have found eternal bliss unless you actually killed her. Or if she killed herself. Now that I think about it, I do seem to recall you saying something to that effect. I suppose that wasn't a joke then.
Was there anything mentioned?
You said she cut her own head off, didn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah. It was
Oh, right, yeah.
awful.
No, yeah, the Broken mentioned it.
Well, as little sense as that makes, I have to ask, why are you here?
Ah,
You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
He made me do it.
I don't think we were happy. I don't think we can be happy here.
Huh.
Oh, so now you're on team. Dying was good. Took you long enough.
Well, what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing.
Anyway, so we got the blade.
Holding a weapon shouldn't feel so natural. It's proof that we're being guided by an unfeeling lunatic. We need to try talking to her.
Okay, Broken, I know you're gonna be on my team.
Should we talk about our feelings?
Yes.
That'll get us nowhere. Trust me. They're too easy for her to manipulate, too illogical.
Ah, come
we
on.
can't puzzle our way out of things if we listen to our heart.
Yeah, we can.
I don't think I even need to comment on that.
Yeah, no.
What a sorry, sorry voice you are.
You know what? Okay, so it's on the when a mutiny comes, it's good to have you on the
This is
team.
strange. You're not supposed to.
Either way, no. Wait, no.
Are you serious?
Do it. She can't talk to us at knife point. That's no way to get a real conversation started.
Exactly.
You're all being ridiculous. Why would we disarm ourselves at a time like this? Don't you dare.
Make me.
Are you even listening to me?
You don't have to listen to him. He hasn't gotten us anywhere.
He hasn't. Yeah, I'm in charge. I'm throwing the blade.
Without another word, you foolishly hurl your only chance at victory far off into the woods, never to be seen again.
Yeah, I was gonna say these aren't woods, but I guess these technically are. These are made of wood.
Never to be seen again. All we did was toss it into the woods. There's nothing stopping us from picking it back up.
Oh, but there is something stopping you from picking it back up. The fact that you already made your decision. As much as I'd like to turn back the clock, we'll all just have to suffer the consequences of what you've done. That's how decisions work.
So that's how our decisions have so much power. It's not about the actual causation. It's the fact we made the choice.
You did the right thing.
I hope I did, but you know what, Broken? You know what? I'll admit, I think I was too harsh on you. Let's go.
You stand at the edge of a cliff.
It's dreary, but of course it is. We're dreary,
We're tired.
and so is she.
We're all so tired, aren't we?
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend
Still can't believe you called it that.
there's nothing for you. And what
Yeah,
more?
yeah,
It
the mirror.
doesn't matter. What are we going to do? Look at ourselves?
But it does matter.
I'm not going to waste. Then
Okay, so yeah,
step
step forward.
out onto. Should have. Yes, unfortunately.
Okay,
You
so
realize
now
too-
we're-
She's brilliant.
Or we just happened to fall through an unstable floor. She's a prisoner here. How much agency do you think she has?
Yeah, fair
More
point.
than you'd like, I'm sure.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as you find yourself suspended in what appears to be. If the princess lives here, as your eyes adjust
there we
to your
go.
new.
Easy now. We don't know what.
Nope, sorry.
But you
Hi.
are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
She won't even speak to us. We did this.
Yeah. Oh, no, she did to herself. Look, about what happened last time, I'm sorry, I really am.
Princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess. The
Body of the
it's
princess,
only
yeah.
accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her
What is
head
a raiment?
dragging along behind her.
Is it like
in
those
an
like
iron cage.
those long veils that like royalty that behind them? They can have like maids that like just carry it.
The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
So much for talking it out. Doesn't seem like she's too interested, does it?
It's not too late. You threw away that blade for a reason. Now talk to her.
I'm putting my faith in you, Broken. Look, I didn't even bring the knife. I just want to talk.
You're pleading with me as if I have a say over anything that happens here. Shouldn't you know by now that I don't? And neither do you.
What do you mean?
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks
Ow.
boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I
I
just
don't think
realized.
she's happy you're here.
The poor
Yeah, I think
thing.
it's.
She thinks it's easier to be detached. But buried pain is still pain, whether she knows it or not.
That's oddly profound, Broken. Although, I mean, you're like you recognize the pain and all that, but I mean, still going forward. While she's is broken, but also has given up.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Listen, you've always had choices, and you're choosing right now.
You're not looking at things right. Your eyes are fixed on the distraction instead of on the hand working the illusion.
I see. You know, maybe she's onto something. Maybe being ahead means you can really focus on figuring out the truth.
No.
Oh, don't you start.
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward.
You come to me, knife in hand.
I don't.
But that's not right. We didn't bring the knife. We even told her that earlier.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I bring you a knife. What do you think it is? You aren't listening because I already told you to throw it away. Ditched it before I even got to the cabin. Agents of Chaos. Pattern's broken. I'm unarmed.
But that's not right. That's not the reality I've been looking at.
It's the only reality you've seen.
You shouldn't have been able to do that.
Ah.
The body marching towards you comes to a lurching stop.
Huh. She stopped. What is that supposed to mean?
It means she doesn't know what to do. You know what it does mean.
What? Like the answer's obvious? Like it's staring me right in the face? Just like you?
I should have been more upfront.
Oh.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the chains loosen, the hooks sliding from your skin. You come crashing to the floor, and as the chains rain down around you, her body falls too. The room settles into comforting silence.
No, it just
No
opens
more
the front.
rattling of chains. No more slow, deliberate footsteps from the princess's body. only the soft click of the latch as it opens the door of the cage.
So that's really all it took?
You've always been in control.
The truth was right there the whole time. We just needed to believe we were better than this. But that can't be it. It's supposed to be more complicated than that.
It doesn't have to be.
I've been telling you that since the moment we got here. At least you finally decided to listen to me.
It's alright.
I guess you were right. It's usually the most complicated problems that have the simplest...
I'm sorry. Come on.
That is absolutely not how this works.
Yeah, I'll agree with him.
Looks like we've seen through your lies at last, Mr. the Narrator.
Mr.
If that
the
even
Narrator.
is your real name.
It is.
Shh. Hush. Let her talk.
You know what? Yeah. Let's listen.
I want you to take me out of this place. That's all I've ever wanted.
The princess's body doesn't stand, instead holding the cage aloft, beckoning you to come near. If you take her out of there, if you carry her to freedom, it's the end of the entire world. You know that, right?
I do. And it's what I choose to do.
It's the end of a world. Your world. But not ours. Sometimes you need to break things to build something better.
Besides, we already made our choice, all the way back in the woods. Nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah, exactly. What would you propose us to do to quote-unquote slay her?
I suppose not. You know, I think a part of me always knew this was doomed from the start. I'm narrating on borrowed time, aren't I?
Yeah. Might as well make the most of it, though.
But even if I'm doomed to go, I might as well make sure you have a proper ending. Go on, then.
You know what? I'm oddly graceful about this. Listen, I'm sorry. I really am. Take your princess from her cage.
You cautiously approach the kneeling body and extend your hand, bruised and bleeding from the trials that brought you to this point. And then you take her from her prison.
Oh!
She looks up at you, and for the first time since you laid eyes on her, she smiles, warmly.
You can tell he doesn't want to say that.
I have no idea how we're supposed to leave.
Huh.
But the body points, and you follow its finger to a lone chain dangling from the doorway that sits far, far above you.
Guess up we
I'll
go.
pull us out of here, if you just hold on.
Then let's leave. There's nothing left for us here.
I'm game.
So am I. Then get on with it.
Alright.
You wrap your hand in the chain,
Oh.
holding tight as it starts to move and holding the princess close to you. Together, you rise out of the pit.
I'm sorry if I made this harder than it had to be.
You only knew what you knew. I can't blame you for acting on flawed information, or incomplete information.
You glance back towards the princess's body, doing its part as it hoists you up. It grows smaller and smaller, slowly disappearing back into the shadows of the basement.
No, that's not right. There shouldn't be an if. I'm sorry. I made this harder than it had to be.
Like I said, you didn't know.
Maybe she has a point, in a way. Our bodies don't matter.
I do, though.
We're almost there. I can smell the night air.
She's sacrificed a lot to get here. More than we did, I think.
Yeah, now she's just dead.
And then the chain stops its ascent, depositing you safely in the cabin doorway. I guess you never closed it behind you. Well, there's only one thing left for you to do.
Shall we?
Oh. Don't tell me there's an option where I drop her. That would be terrible. Funny, all this talk about free will, and I still feel like I'm trapped into the outcome.
I mean, what's the alternative? Dropping me to prove a point?
Huh, I hadn't even considered that. Should it be an option? Can it be an option?
No, it's not an option. We're not cruel for the sake of being cruel.
I'm joking, by the way. Please don't drop me.
It would certainly be a new data point.
Don't do it.
Probably wouldn't work anyways. It would make that perfectly good blade you threw out completely meaningless.
I'm not doing it.
And so you
I'll
step
have
into
to.
a
It's
world
probably an achievement.
ended by your hand. What a travesty. Goodbye. It's been... Awful? Is he still there?
I think he's gone.
Yes, he is. Which means we're finally free, I think.
Thank you. So much. I didn't think this was possible. But here we are. It's a little cold out here, isn't it?
It'll be fine. I wonder if it'll just be the head or the body. Actually, no, it'll be both. What am I saying?
She's gone. And is that a...
Allegory of the cage.
Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, so I know what's gonna... Okay, so that'll just be the thing, but...
No,
I'm joking, by the way.
It would
Probably...
I know there'll probably be an achievement for this. But it's so cruel. And I know I'll have to do it. The kill her option for the other one, too. Do it.
no, you can't.
Well, I'll be damned. Did I just will that option into existence? After everything?
You sure kept your cards close to your chest. Smartly played. We haven't seen what happens if we're the ones that beat her, but we'll see what happens now.
I feel dreadful. I feel awful. Like, more than any of the body horror. It's like she put her trust in me.
We're a monster, aren't we?
We are.
Maybe we always have been.
I'm sorry.
Well, no time for taking it back. It's done. You let go of the princess's head and watch as she plunges into the abyss. Can't believe I was all doom and gloom just a moment ago. Congratulations. You might just have saved the entire world.
All of that just to take it all away. You're cold.
I'm sorry. That was awful of me.
She's gone.
Free will.
Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
I have.
But it feels so bad, like looking into it right.
Okay, a mercy.
Feels too good.
And yeah, so. I mean. More than anything, I just kind of want to see what happened. What she's. It just changes what she said. And yeah, okay, so it definitely is. Yeah. This vessel.
This one is a body that convinced her to not mourn her. She is now.
Okay, so that's that. That just felt. Oh, I just. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I don't. I really don't.
You're sending us some real mixed signals, boss. I suppose I am. I'm just worried that I might have made a terrible mistake. A terrible mistake? Isn't she supposed to end the entire world? Yes, and that hasn't changed. I'm just not sure the world I want is worth it.
It really isn't. I'm just going for the 2-for-1. I'm like double barrel straight to the like heart. Like I feel awful.
But How can a saved world ever be worse than one that's gone?
One that's gone on too long.
See, that's exactly what I thought. Think what you will. I'm only here to guide you. You're the one who makes the decisions. Well, well, looks like there's nobody around who can tell us what to do anymore. First the shadows got blown out, now even the big shot narrator man is having doubts. We don't need to waste our time slaying her. We've clearly won.
What was I thinking? This is for the good of everyone. I'm saving the world here.
The princess doesn't try to flee as murderous intent settles into your eyes. Nor does she resist as you wrap your fingers around the blade dangling from her neck. As the weapon sinks deep into her heart, all she manages are 3 muttered words.
Don't say it.
It's finally over.
Oh, that's even worse. I'm tearing up here. God. I don't know why I thought we were going to be I love you, because I was thinking about the ending of the game again. But, like, this is worse. I'm sorry.
I didn't think it would be so awful to help you see this through, but all of this was for a reason. The world is better off without her. I really hope that's true.
It isn't.
They always say it's lonely at the top. I didn't think they actually meant it.
I feel cold. But I guess I've felt that way for a long, long time.
I'm sorry. You pierced her heart. You do not see her die. No way you ever. It's time for you to leave.
She's gone.
It's
Where did
finally
she go?
over.
Should we try and find her?
Kill your happy ending. It's alright.
But it feels so bad. If he... Okay.
I need to see if it changes her at the end.
Flickering lights.
Oh no,
empty
it
city.
doesn't keep the fact that we stabbed her.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay, so we're at least, like I said. Next route is this I mean, I think the next one will be the ghost one, the specter, or is the specter the angry one? But yeah, I think she's, yeah. So let's at least
You
get
make
the
your way
specter
up
out
the
started.
warning.
Oh, sorry.
The interior of the blade.
And actually, no, I think my heart isn't in it for, like, potentially just, oof. My heart just... Actually, let me see what this memory is called. So you have the prisoners. Doubt breaks one shackle while forcing another. And then the cage. A vicious cycle, framed in chain. Man, that just made me feel awful. Anyways, I was looking at the other thing. Whew, that was. I honestly didn't think those would get to me. Because I mean, with the cage, backstabbing her, that just felt like I felt awful, like a monster. But like with the happy ending, that felt even worse. Either way, so the Riddler of Steel, twisted pattern in a steely cage, and then we got the thing for the cage. We got the allegory of the cage for throwing our weapon. The walls of your cage were always yours, your own creation. And then free will. Exert your will on the edge of a steely cage, even if it hurts you. And then it's finally over. Kill your happy ending. I really don't have any reason why that should have hurt me so bad. It just did. But, I mean, I suppose that's a testament. Like, some truly great writing character moments, it's able to move me like that. Like, both situations. I mean, the Spectre is also another one of the more, like, pitiable, like, okay, pitiable is a bit strong of a word, but, like ones to, like, think about like that. So I'm wondering, like, what'll happen. I mean, like I said, if there's even a new round. Like, I'm just guessing, but I mean, I've guessed right so far. I mean, I think I'm out of ones that just have directly to, like, routes. So I can only, hope that, it does lead to another ending. But yeah, that was intense. Intense visuals, and at the very end, intense emotions. Oh, man. But, yeah. Thank y'all for sticking around in. But I guess, yeah, thank y'all for 100 subscribers. That's nice. I'm pretty sure thank y'all for that last week. But, yeah. Time for me to hit the dust trail. And whatever trails y'all find yourself after this, I hope they find you well.